Did you know remnants of the world-famous Elgin National Watch Factory can still be found in Elgin, hiding in plain sight? If you've ever driven past the Clock Tower Plaza Shopping Center, you have certainly passed two of the few remaining pieces of history dating back to what many call the golden era of Elgin. The Elgin National Watch Company opened its factory in downtown Elgin on 71 acres of land in 1866. It began producing pocket watches that became world-renowned for their accuracy and design. They also made wristwatches beginning in the early 1900s, of which time they also built their very own observatory. This observatory was used to determine the exact time by watching the stars. They would broadcast this time all over the Midwest, crucial to radio stations, transportation, and businesses alike. Check out my full documentary on the Elgin Observatory, link down below. During World War II, manufacturing of civilian watches stopped, and in came the manufacturing of defense industries such as chronometers, fuses, altimeters, and other aircraft instruments, along with military-used watches. Following the war, Elgin watches continued to be sold all over the world, set with Elgin Standard Time. The watch company was extensive and operated several buildings in the city, including housing, schools for watchmaking, and other factories. Neighborhoods surrounding the factory rose up from farmland and would later become historic districts. The watch factory, just another crucial piece that put Elgin on the map. Unfortunately, there wasn't an end in sight. The company started to lose money and moved its operations out of Elgin, closing permanently in 1968. The factory became vacant and abandoned and was razed completely, along with its iconic clock tower, in 1966. A truly heartbreaking day for Elgin residents and our city's history, as the clock tower came crashing down to the ground. When the factory closed, it had produced 50% of all pocket watches in the United States. The Elgin name would later be sold to a Chinese watchmaker and thus end the City That Watches era. Of the few pieces of history still remaining of the Elgin National Watch Company is the Watch Factory Depot, located here at the intersection of National Street and Wellington Avenue. Restored by the City of Elgin Heritage Commission, the Watch Factory Depot played a crucial role in transporting workers to and from the factory. It now stands as a living piece of history. But the history you probably haven't noticed stands here along National Street. One of the very few pieces remaining of the actual watch factory are these pillars. These pillars were once part of the fence that ran the length of the entire property and were saved during demolition. Still standing today, they are possibly the most insignificant piece remaining, but are one of my favorite parts. The history behind something as simple as a stone pillar lives on to tell the story of days gone by, days of the world-famous Elgin National Watch Factory.